This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, we are back for second quarter action. The Gaylord Blue Devils are now heading from north to south, so they got a slight breeze behind them. Eith with the ball on the left side. He gets up over the 40 for a gain of about 3. It's going to make it about third down and, let's call it about 4.
Jared McDaniel chased Eith down from behind, made that tackle for the Vikings. Fast moving quarter there, Bill.
Couple pass plays.
Yeah.
Both teams had a couple pass plays, so pretty much a ground
assault. It's a big third down right here. Big third down in this early part of tonight's game.
We've got Eith and also Bosgood, Nathan Bosgood, to give us to Eith.
He's going to be well short of the first down right there.
He is met there by, was that Sam Platt?
No, it might have been. I think also in on that tackle was Kahani again. Jake Kahani, number 75, I think was the first of that.
For him to turn right now so I can see Keegan Brooks was also. Kahani, all right.
Should be Ethan Peel back here, number 84, to punt for the Blue Devils. And back deep for the Vikings. We've got Caden Dennis and who else, Bill?
That's Clayton McCarthy.
Clayton back there, yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
And the rain is starting a little bit of a driving.
Look at the setup here for Gaylord on that kick.
Gets off a decent kick. Bouncing. Cadillac will let it go. Smart play. And the Blue Devils, 32, will down it right at the 23-yard line. That's Jesse Caverson on the coverage.
That was an interesting setup on the line for Gaylord. They were spread about 4 or 5 yards apart per player.
We want to thank
Vikes were ready for it.
Yeah, Wexford Misaki ISD and Digital Media Productions. Tonight, our crew is going to be Dakota Pike as our director. Kaylee Buck is working as the assistant director in replay. Camera 1 is Rain Johnson Hill. Camera 2 is Jacob Fulis, and camera 3 is Kevin DeLuca. So thank you very much. You guys do a great job bringing us the coverage and replays. Caden Dennis on the move, and it's right up the middle to Connor Flint, but right there again, 52 is one of the numbers.
52 again is Ames, 73 in
86
that.
is
Bryce
in on
Neff, 86, Cody Moyer.
It's been tough going after that first long drive that Cadillac had. They've pretty much stopped the up the middle from Connor Flint.
Yep. Let's see what the Vikes turn to here now.
They're patient. Maybe they'll break one outside here in a second. Keeping it and pitching it out wide to Caden Dennis. He's tripped up on a nice play.
We do have a flag down on that. I have a feeling we may have an illegal block right there by the Vikings. We'll see what the signal is.
I want to say that was Jesse Caverson, 32. It was as he was being
held is the official call on that.
He still got the tackle, man.
Yep. Shoestring tackle right there. Tough weather to cut, you know.
And Jesse Caverson, reading the article, he was all over the field last game. You know, interception for I think it was a 60-yard return, and also had a couple tips. Very active defensively.
Gaylord led that game, scoring early in the fourth quarter to take a 20 to 13 point lead. Held it up. Went for it late in the game, fourth down. Didn't make it. TC Central with a big stop. Drove down the field in the last final moments of the game and towed the extra point for a 21-20 victory.
Pretty exciting for Traverse City and heartbreaking for the Blue Devils.
And TC Central and the Vikings are both tied for the conference lead right now at 2-0. TC West 2-1. Gaylord comes in 0-1. They've only had one conference game. Alpena and Petoskey 0-2 right now in Big North play.
All right, the Vikings, Keegan Brooks, he's being chased in the pocket, gets rid of it, and through the hands of Caden Dennis, and then number 8.
That was A.J. Hooper.
He was at his second interception.
He was sitting there waiting for it, and at the last moment, was it Caden Dennis? You said got a hand
see
on
that?
it?
Yeah, I wonder if we can get that one on replay here. We'll just to see how close it was. But anyway, that's 2 of them where it's actually deflected off the hands of the Vikings.
The Gaylord D-line here has made it very tough for Brooks to pass right now. They're right on him right away.
Yeah, the quarterbacks do not have much time.
Third and a pile here.
Vikings just hope to get a little bit back here. Give us to Flint. He gains a couple yards, but they just need a little breathing room so they're not punting from deep in their end zone.
Yep.
Into the game for the Vikings is number 50 and number 20. 50 is Fisher. That's Mackenzie Fisher, I believe.
Yep. And 20, Dylan Satchel.
Dylan Satchel.
Back deep right here for Gaylord. That'd be number 17. Charlie May.
Jacob Connie just came off the field, and he's got a shoulder pad repair going on. So
who's back to kick for the Vikings here, Bill?
Should be Gavin Daniels.
Yep.
That's who's been kicking. Daniels gets up
nice
good
punt.
under pressure.
Charlie May, no trouble with that. Comes towards us here on the camera side, chased by number 82. Nice tackle, way to chase him down right there for the Vikings.
Dylan Satchel was one, and
Clayton McCarthy, yep.
Yeah, and also in the vicinity was Jared McDaniel. So good coverage by the Vikings. That was a nice punt with the conditions.
Was a nice punt, yep.
And pressure.
Yep, and a good catch. You just never know in weather like this.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Gavin Daniels on that kick. All right, the Blue Devils will take over with their best starting field advantage at the 38-yard line of the Vikings. No score. We're in the second quarter. They move the pile forward a couple yards.
That would be Davis Eith on the carry right there, 5'10", 11th grade student.
He's getting the majority of the reps so far.
Not sure on the tackle there, Bill. Looked like 3-4 of the Vikings in on that.
That was an absolute team effort on that tackle. Good to see a nice crowd here tonight, Dan.
Homecoming, big crowd tonight.
It is 2nd down and 7 for the Blue Devils. Shane Duncan, the senior quarterback. Somebody's moving. I thought it might be a free play, but
yeah, I think Gaylord moved. Yep. So what do we got for homecoming activities here tonight that we're going to bring on air, Bill? What's that look like?
All right, at halftime we're going to have the court, homecoming court, come onto the field. They will announce everybody that's in court. They will also announce the king and queen for homecoming, and also the winner of the float for the parade.
Okay.
So a lot of things going on. Then we also have the Cadillac High School marching band too for that entertainment.
So quick trip to the fridge then when second quarter action. Everybody get back in front of the TV.
That's right. All right, hustling up to the line is Gaylord. 7:50 to go here. 2nd down and 12. Shotgun.
Duncan
taking a look. Duncan over. Short pass over the middle. Down the side to A.J. Hooper. Ooh, could be a late hit. It is.
Yep, it is.
Yep, you could tell. I mean, he was definitely out of bounds.
Yep. Terrence Taylor, a little bit overzealous right there. That'll add a little bit more to that nice design play by Gaylord. They brought Hooper kind of behind the play, ran him across the field, kind of disappeared in all the action, and
now that's going to move him down to approximately the 15-yard line. No, they haven't moved the ball yet.
They haven't moved it yet. Yeah. So
teams are getting ready.
Yep. They're at the 25, and I think they'll mark off 15. So should be right around the 10-yard line here, Bill.
Well, they're going to put it in the vicinity, Dan. That looks good enough, doesn't it? I always get a chuckle out of that sometimes. They're just kind of walking down, and then they say, oh, okay, here we go. That looks good. Shane Duncan, he's got a short field right now from about the 13. There's a handoff to Eith. Eith trying to cut back to the middle, and Eith will go into the end zone.
So there's the signal.
There it is. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Nice job by Eith to keep his feet moving. He had one guy kind of trying to wrap him up. So it is 6-0 Gaylord with the first score in the second quarter at the 7:33 mark. And we'll see.
Who's kicking this for him? Is that Peel back there again?
Trying to get a number for us. It could be their freshman, Joey Kotsko, number 27.
That does not look like ice. That's number 12 holding this right here.
Right.
Tough in this weather. That's blocked.
Jared McDaniel.
He busted with a big block right there.
Yeah, he smothered that one. It didn't have a prayer. Somebody missed a little assignment there, but anyway, the Vikings will take it. They deny the extra point kick, and it is 6-0. Gaylord with the lead.
Who got that block? You said McDaniel?
Yeah, Levin McDaniel. Jared McDaniel. It was almost right in his bread basket.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So it is 7.5 to go. The Blue Devils will kick off to the Vikings.
Now, it's early in the game, but I'm wondering if the Gaylord coaching staff saying, oh, boy, I hope we don't lose one by 1 point again. You know, those special teams, you work on them every day in practice, you work on them, but game day situations always a little tougher.
All right, our sponsors is Pac Mail, Bigelow Supply, Douglas, High Point, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Casting, Bauman and Rogers, Crystal Flash, Vickery Financial, LC Materials and the Concrete Store, Ebles, and Bear Den Grill. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for bringing you high school sports on 26 Sports and CCTV.
Peel has the ball on the tee, and we are ready to go for a kickoff.
Short back taking it is number 22. I think that's Caden Dennis. He reverses his movement. Nice move there to get around two, and he gets all the way up to the 47. Some fancy footwork there by Caden Dennis.
Nifty piece of running.
Started
word
to
back
the right.
from my day.
Yes.
Headed right, stopped on a dime, came back left, jumped over a fence, and ended up getting about another 10, 12 yards out of that. Nice job.
There's a little Barry Sanders move.
I agree. Yep.
So the Vikings near midfield.
We'll see what the Vikes can do here, Bill. Their last couple possessions, Gaylord's kind of owed the line of scrimmage here. The Vikings have not been able to move the ball at all.
May have to do a little play action here. Maybe spread it out a little bit. Joe Troutner, number 60, the center, gets ready to snap the ball to Keegan Brooks. Brooks.
Fumbled right away.
There's a pile. We'll see if Brooks got it.
I don't know if the ball ever hit the ground there, Bill.
It
looked
did.
Did it?
Yeah, I saw it actually hit the ground.
He sure was juggling it. Able to retain it. Nice job right there by our quarterback.
No gain or half a yard at the most. Gaylord's defense is hitting hard now and causing some trouble for the running game.
That was just a little bit of a center quarterback exchange issue, I think, there.
Brooks will keep it. Nice job here as he cuts back to the middle. Picking his way through all the way down to the 27. A great run there by Keegan Brooks. Yeah, we'll get to see if we can get ourselves a little replay on that one. See if with the blocking.
Who led the way here? That's going down the Vikings' right side right there.
It was a great, right there, I think 77 Josiah Campbell.
Yeah, Josiah.
A great one to break him free. And look at Josiah hustle all the way to the end of the play. All right, the Vikings are in business now. They are on the 28-yard line. 1st and 10.
Another fast-moving quarter, just under 6 minutes there.
Connor Flint and big number 72, Stephen Jones. He's 6'1", 290. 6'1", 290.
Good-sized kid. I don't think you want to get in the way of him as he's heading to the dinner table, Bill.
Wow. Very minimal yardage. I'm going to say 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings from the 25-yard line of Gaylord. There's a pitch over to Caden Dennis. Cuts it inside, gets some good yardage all the way up.
Is there a fumble there, Bill?
Well, it kind of looked like it, but
no signal, though. Nope.
No reaction on either team. So
well, this is the Vikings' 3rd trip inside the, 20-yard line here. Unable to come away with any points on the first 2 possessions as the Gaylord defense stiffened.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Vikings have up their sleeves and if Gaylord can handle this next challenge.
Yeah, we'll see if the north end zone is any friendlier to them. Connor Flint is directly behind Brooks. Brooks with the keeper. He's still on his feet.
First time tonight the Vikings run that play. I wondered if we might see a little bit of that. Looked like Gaylord was doing a lot of keying right now early on in this game on Caden Dennis.
Yep, and Joe Troutner's getting up a little slow. He's the one that led that push.
Yep.
He has been really a valuable piece of that offensive line.
I've known Joe for a lot of years. He's just a nice young man.
All right.
Son of Tom and Tracy Troutner here in Cadillac.
Yep. Here's another quarterback keeper. And all the way into the end zone for a touchdown, Vikings. Keegan Brooks. They're seeing something there, Dan. And that's a nice job to recognize that. Brooks with the keeper. And the Vikings have tied it up at 6.
We've got fireworks going off in the background here. Donated sponsors by Bossman.
And the Vikings are going to go for 2 points.
It's kind of a long-standing tradition here in Cadillac, Bill. I'd probably say at least 5 years.
Yeah, not too many places have fireworks after a touchdown. All right, here comes the handoff. He's going to keep it up the middle. And once again, the Vikings just bulldoze their way for 2 points. All right, here comes a replay, Dan, of that touchdown run.
We know Joe Troutner's in the middle of this, that's for sure. Let's see who the guards are in here that are leading that way.
Okay.
Looks like we lost the replay of that all of a sudden.
Yep, we're not going to be able to see that one right now, but we'll get the next one. So the Vikings jump out to an 8-6 lead with 4:40 to go here in the second quarter. And I know at halftime, Dan, you'll be moving down onto the field there to get a few pictures, huh?
Yeah. My son Mike is in the homecoming court tonight, so I'm going to leave Bill on Mike all by himself to do all the halftime stuff, and I'll just go down, take some pictures, and be a proud papa.
And Mike was our guest in our pregame show there. I don't think you knew that at first,
did you? Not. No, that was a nice surprise.
You have to send a copy up to the UP to all your
there you go.
All your relatives in the UP, huh?
Yep.
Eh?
Yep. You got it, eh?
And here comes the Vikings. Daniels. There's a squibber.
Ooh, that hit a Gaylord player right away.
They fall on it.
Doesn't have to hit a Gaylord player, but it's a live ball anyway.
10 yards and
62 on the recovery right there. Andrew Childs. Hopefully I got that right for you, Andrew. He's an 11th grader.
6'3", 203 pounds for Childs. So they have 4:39, and I don't think anybody's called any timeout yet, have they,
Nope.
Dan?
Nope, a lot of time.
Full complement of timeouts for both teams.
And Gaylord definitely runs more of a spread offense, so they won't have much trouble with this amount of time, and nor would the Vikings if they had the ball. Duncan's handing it off right there. That's Ith again. We got a flag on this side just tossed up all of a sudden, Bill, but he gets about 12 yards.
Yeah, he dives past the sticks over the 50. We'll see if it's a hold. We got a lot of sports coming up on 26 Sports and CCTV. Girls volleyball. Jay Simon has been doing a great job. You were there helping out, weren't you, Dan?
Oh, Jay made me sound good on air. Absolutely. Very knowledgeable person in volleyball.
Used to coach
Coached a lot of years. Yeah. I think we had Ryan DeKreiger on that tackle along with Brooks on that tackle.
Did you get
I did not get a flag. I think it was picked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, he did go past the sticks, but I think that he must have touched his knee. So it's going to be second down and a long one. The give is to, actually that's 32. Is that Jesse Caverson?
Caverson, yep.
Okay, first down for
Made a nice move in the backfield. Couldn't see who the Viking player was that slipped inside. And Caverson dodged him and turned what might have been a yard loss into about a 2-yard gain. Kahani ended up bringing him down there.
The clock stops momentarily as the chain gang moves the sticks up a little bit. All right, number 67, that is the Adam Sobek, 6'1", 220 center for Gaylord. I always like to get the centers a little recognition. There's a nice play action over the middle. Complete to number 86 in the Viking. There's a fumble, but I think Gaylord might have it.
Number 7 for the Vikings came flying through on that pass attempt, Tanner Cochran, and he just missed it, deflecting that pass.
Dan, we're going to get a replay on this one to see what happened at the end. But watch the play action right there. Nice. Right over the outstretched hands.
Tanner Cochran just missed that. Brooks is going to make this tackle.
And I think that's number 86, Cody Moyer, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we didn't get the very end of it. Going back to work is Eith.
He's brought down right away by the Vikings, Bill.
Vikings, yeah, they slammed that one shut. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Vikings.
That would have been Olsen, which is Leif. We'll work on our pronunciations here as we get to 3 1/4 to go in the
You speak Norwegian at all?
I don't, but a lot of us Yoopers do.
Yeah, at least a form of it. Okay, in motion is number 17. That's Charlie May. He had a nice reception earlier on. The give is to Eith up the middle. The Vikings will stop that at about 2-yard gain. Bring down 3rd and 8.
Well, Bill, we went pretty scoreless in the first quarter. Nothing happened, and boy, the second quarter's been just a parade of offense from one end of the field to the other. Not a track meet, just a nice, steady, slow parade.
Right.
Vikings, the Blue Devils scored first.
They
TD by Jared Eith.
Right.
Missed the extra point, was blocked by McDaniels for the Vikings, and the Vikings went right down and scored on a Brooks keeper, and another Brooks run for the 2-point conversion.
In motion again is Charlie May out to the right. Duncan will give it to Eith. He puts his head down and bowls forward, short of the first down. And the Vikings will have a 4th down. They'll have a 4th down right around the 5-yard line, 4th and 3.
That's a big play late in the second quarter here.
And they're going to bring in the freshman. Looks like trying to go for the field goal.
Yep. Shane Duncan, their quarterback, is the holder here, Bill. So we'll see what's up with this. I don't remember if he held the first one or not.
Timeout for the Vikings as Joey Kotsko lines up, and the Vikings are going to talk about it. They got all 3 timeouts with the 1:56 to go. Might as well use it.
Yep. That's a good call.
Just let you know at halftime, we're going to have the homecoming court out on the field, and some announcements for the King and Queen, and also the float and the high school marching band. So stay tuned for that. And anytime you got to get going, Dan, you just.
I'm going to watch this next play, and then I'll probably run down, Bill.
All right.
I'll let you take over.
All right, good. Our camera crew's doing a great job tonight, and with a little bit of mist and rain coming down, so they got the protective covers going on the cameras.
Well, looks like Duncan's back there to hold this again, and that was 27 on the kicking attempt. Joey Costco. Let's see.
Jared McDaniel is last one. He came right through the middle.
Yep.
Let's see what the Vikes do here on their rush.
High snap.
Duncan
just drilled. Oh, who got him there, Bill? Do we got a replay of that play?
Yeah, we'll see if we can. That was Dylan Satchel.
Yep.
And did he ever introduce himself to Mr. Duncan? Here we go on the replay.
It almost looks like he wants to put his knee down there and then decides not to. Boom! A little bit of indecision, and he paid for it.
That's one of the best hits in high school you'll see. All right, so the Vikings now will take over from their own 10-yard, on their 15-yard line. And Dan, we'll see you back here for the third quarter. All right, it is 8-6. The Vikings with the lead with the 1:56 to go till halftime. Keegan Brooks has got Tommy Huckle and Clayton McCarthy. Brooks is going to keep on the right side. Brooks has got the first down and more, all the way up to the 32. Good run there for Keegan Brooks. It's getting up a little bit slow. Brooks is moving real slow as he moves back. They're going to hurry it up right now. No huddle for the Vikings. 1:45 to go. Keeping it is Brooks, and he'll be punished on that one by 57. It looks like Brendan Kroll. Also 52 is Ames. '73 also in on that, Bryce Neff. Timeout for the Vikings with 1:32 to go here in the half. We will get our sponsors real quick here. Our sponsors for tonight's game are Pac Mail, Bigelow Supply, Douglas, High Point, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Casting, Bowman and Rogers, Crystal Flash, Vickery Financial, LC Materials and the Concrete Store, Ebles, and the Bear Den Grill. Once again, thank you so much to our sponsors. We're able to bring you football and volleyball coming up in the winter. We will have basketball and hockey. So a lot of good coverage. And the nice thing about 26 Sports and CCTV is it covers most of northern Michigan. So cities like Gaylord can be watching the game if they don't want to make the long drive down. All right, Vikings up 8-6. They have the ball. 1:32 to go here in the first half. Keegan Brooks looking to pass. That one is a little bit short. Caden Dennis did not have a prayer on that one, so it'll be third down and 13 for the Vikes, and that stops the clock. Blue Devils here, if they can get this ball back on third down, they may use a timeout. The rain has stopped. That wind looks like it's coming straight across from the east to the west. Caden Dennis in motion. Keeping it is Brooks. He's being chased by Kroll. Here's a pass down the field. Diving, and do we have a completion? Nope. Referees are waving it off. Nice effort there by Ryan DeKreiger. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. DeKreiger made a diving attempt to try and get to it. Here we go on the replay. The release by, oh, I see it. He had his hands, but it went right through his hands and hit the turf. Good job there on the replay by Kaylee Buck. Vikings now will have to punt it. 4th down and 13 with 1:22 to go. Daniels gets off a nice high booming kick. Fair catch. Nice job. Right by Charlie May at the 40-yard line. And we'll see, referees have dropped a flag, so we'll have to see what the call is. So roughing the kicker. Now that could either be a potential first down or 5 yards, which if it was just a 5-yard penalty, it will not give them a first down. Okay, that's a 5-yarder, so it will still be 4th down for the Vikings. Charlie May, number 17, will drop back to receive for the Blue Devils, and Gavin Daniels for the Vikings, number 62. Daniels, quick boot. That one is coming up short. Nice catch there by Charlie May, and the Vikings' Clayton McCarthy almost interfered on the reception. So the Vikings gained a couple yards on that, maybe 2 yards after everything was said and done. The band is lining up on the far sideline. There's a good showing for the Blue Devil fans on the east side of the stadium. In the shotgun now is Shane Duncan for Gaylord. There's a give to Eith, number 34, running to his left, looking for a cutback. He gets some yards and he keeps on his feet, and he's close to a first down. A nice mark there. It looks like it is a first down. First down, Gaylord. Good job by number 34. That was Davis Eith. He's been running hard tonight. Eith is the junior running back, 5'10", 193. Duncan looking to his left. Charlie May goes through his hands, and then he takes a licking after that one. Jared McDaniel was in the vicinity. I think he's laid the lumber on him. Second down and 10 now for Gaylord. Vikings now trying to eat up the rest of the clock here. 1 minute to go. Second and 10. Gaylord has a decent kicker. Try and get into field goal range. Here's a pump fake down the middle. Number 86 just could not hold on to it. That's Cody Moyer. I think Clayton McCarthy looked like he was in the vicinity on the coverage. Once that hit his shoulder pads, Clayton McCarthy had to grab onto him, and I think that jarred the ball loose. All right, Gaylord from their own 47. They got 4 receivers on this play. Here's a short pass. That goes through the hands of A.J. Hooper. They tried that play earlier and got some decent yardage, but the Vikings had good coverage. They sent 4 receivers deep, and then Hooper just snuck in underneath. Fourth down and 10. So coming into punt is going to be Ethan Peel. 51 seconds to go. If the Vikings can get a good return. Vikings have Clayton McCarthy back at around his 18-yard line. No pressure by the Vikings as they set up the return. Clayton McCarthy, he gets it, and instantly he's hit there by Jesse Caverson, number 32. Jesse's had a good game so far. The rain starts coming back down. We can see the mist driving in the lights. 48.9 seconds to go for the Vikings. And I'm sure Cadillac would just love to eat up the rest of the first half here and go into the locker room with an 8-6 lead. Rain seems to come down a little bit harder at this point. All right, Keegan Brooks under center right now. Caden Dennis. Brooks will keep it. Blue Devils, boy, they had the number on that one, and number 34 is Eith along with 73 Neff. Miller also in on that tackle. The clock is running with 25 seconds. Vikings are taking their time. Brooks right up the middle. Connor Flint breaks free. Flint up over the 40 with 8 seconds to go. That'll stop while they move the flags. 8.4 seconds. The Vikings with the first down on their 43-yard line. And Coach Cody Mallory will take a timeout. They'll talk about this, see if they might want to take one shot to the end zone, maybe pick up a pass interference. I'll tell you that it is 8-6 right now. And we want to mention the Wexford-Missaukee Intermediate School District and the Digital Media Productions. Our camera crew for tonight. On camera number 1 is Rain Johnson-Hill. Camera number 2 is Jacob Fulis. Camera 3 is Kevin DeLuca. Kaylee Buck is the assistant director tonight. She's working our replay. We've already had some really nice replays so far. And Dakota Pike is our director for tonight. So great job to our crew. They're out there right now in some not nice conditions, but they have some covers for the cameras. Now the Vikings. First down and 10 for the Vikes on the 40. Brooks out to the right, cuts back to the inside, and wrapped up there and brought down. First person to grab onto him was number 52. I believe that was Ames for Gaylord. Bradley Ames, and that will end the first half with the Vikings 8-6 lead from Veterans Memorial Stadium. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back with the homecoming festivities. The score at halftime is 8-6. You are watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV. We'll be right back.